The world of Chinese entertainment has been left paralyzed in disbelief. The dazzling lights of fame that once illuminated the screen have now dimmed into the cold, flickering shadows of scandal, betrayal, and blood. The recent court verdict that found several famous actors and 8 accomplices guilty of murdering beloved star Yu Menglong has not only shaken China but has ignited a wave of moral reckoning across the global entertainment industry. Once adored for his gentle charisma and soulful performances, Yu Menglong had a spotless reputation, until whispers of corruption, secret debts, and dangerous connections began circling around him. The public never imagined those whispers would end in a murder so complex, so theatrical in nature, it could only be described as cinematic horror. The verdict came after months of speculation, leaked testimonies, and shocking revelations from forensic reports that tore apart the public's faith in the glittering screen idols they once worshipped. When the presiding judge uttered the words "guilty of premeditated murder," the courtroom fell into eerie silence. The nation watched in disbelief as a list of names, some once symbols of perfection and celebrity grace, were led away in handcuffs. Among those convicted were 3 major A-list actors, 5 mid-level industry figures, and 8 close accomplices who played crucial roles in orchestrating Yu Menglong's death. According to the prosecution, the plot was years in the making, born out of jealousy, financial entanglements, and a web of illicit relationships that blurred the line between art and crime. Yu Menglong had unknowingly become the centerpiece of a sinister drama scripted by those he trusted most. The investigation began with confusion. On the night of Yu Menglong's death, police received reports of a car crash on the outskirts of Beijing. The vehicle had plunged off a bridge, and the actor's body was discovered trapped inside. At first, authorities suspected a tragic accident caused by fatigue or mechanical failure. But as the days unfolded, inconsistencies emerged. Traces of sedatives were found in his bloodstream, potent enough to impair consciousness. Security footage later revealed a group of individuals trailing his car that night. Even more damning were the deleted text messages recovered from Yu Menglong's phone, conversations that hinted at betrayal and fear. He had written to a close friend just hours before the incident, "If anything happens to me tonight, it wasn't an accident." The chilling foresight sent shivers through fans and investigators alike. What followed was a year-long investigation that peeled back the glamorous facade of China's entertainment world. Beneath the red carpets and studio lights lay a labyrinth of rivalry, secret pacts, and financial wars involving millions of yuan. Yu Menglong, it turned out, had been caught between 2 powerful factions within the film industry, one led by an influential producer known only by the alias Mr. Z, and another by a coalition of actors desperate to maintain dominance as Yu's popularity soared beyond control. According to prosecutors, the motive stemmed from a mix of professional envy and financial sabotage. Yu Menglong had recently signed an independent production deal that threatened to expose a laundering scheme involving several high-profile stars. When he refused to stay silent, the conspirators allegedly decided to silence him forever. The trial exposed chilling details. One of the convicted actors, known publicly for his boyish charm, was revealed to have orchestrated the logistics of the murder. He arranged the fake accident and coordinated with hired accomplices to drug Yu Menglong before the crash. Another, a leading actress celebrated for her humanitarian image, reportedly used her influence to erase early evidence and mislead police. Testimonies from witnesses painted a dark portrait of manipulation and deceit. Several industry assistants confessed to being blackmailed into participating. One described how Yu was lured to a private gathering on the night of his death, under the pretext of discussing a new drama project. He was offered wine laced with sedatives. Within an hour, his consciousness faded, and he was placed in his car by hired hands who drove it to the bridge. A staged accident. A silenced voice. But what truly horrified the public was not only the brutality of the act, but the coldness behind it. During the sentencing, the judge remarked, this was not a crime of passion. It was a performance of premeditated evil. Of the 11 convicted individuals, 3 received death sentences, while the remaining were handed life imprisonment or extended labor terms exceeding 20 years. The lead conspirator, a male actor once hailed as Yu Menglong's brother on screen, was sentenced to death without parole. When the verdict was announced, he reportedly broke down, crying that he never meant for it to go this far. For many, the tears came too late. The courtroom footage leaked shortly after the verdict became one of the most-watched videos in Chinese social media history. Viewers wept as the judge recounted the timeline of betrayal, and others expressed fury at how deep corruption had run in an industry built on illusion. "The screen lies," one commenter wrote. "We loved monsters in disguise." Outside the courthouse, fans gathered holding photos of Yu Menglong, candles flickering under the cold October wind. His parents, dressed in black, refused to speak to reporters. Instead, they placed a white flower beside his portrait, whispering, "Justice was delayed, but not denied." The cultural aftershock has been immense. Television stations pulled reruns of dramas featuring the convicted actors, sponsors withdrew advertising deals, and entertainment agencies scrambled to distance themselves from any lingering association. A wave of moral panic swept across the industry, prompting discussions about mental health, greed, and the toxicity of competition in celebrity culture. The government has since launched a special investigative task force to monitor corruption within the entertainment sector, a move hailed by the public as a necessary cleansing. Yet many question whether the punishment of a few will change an industry built on shadows. Behind the scenes, more disturbing revelations continue to surface. Documents leaked during the trial suggest that Yu Menglong may have possessed sensitive information about offshore accounts linked to entertainment figures and government officials. Whether his murder was merely an internal feud or part of a wider cover-up remains uncertain. Several journalists have claimed that their reports about the case were censored or deleted online. Some allege that the initial forensic evidence, showing signs of bruising inconsistent with a car crash, was suppressed during the early phase of the investigation. If true, it means the case we see now might be only the visible tip of something far deeper and darker. The betrayal feels almost biblical. The faces that once smiled from magazine covers and charity galas were the same that plotted in silence. Fans who once screamed their names now spit them out with disgust. Social media platforms flooded with messages of grief and rage. They killed the man we loved. Fame has become a disease. And yet, amid the chaos, Yu Menglong's legacy shines brighter than ever. His old dramas have resurfaced online, drawing millions of new viewers who claim they finally see the pain behind his performances. Posthumously, his name has become synonymous with truth, integrity, and the high price of honesty in a corrupt world. During his final years, Yu had spoken in interviews about the loneliness of fame. "People only see the smile," he once said. "They don't see the masks we wear behind the lights." Those words now echo like prophecy. It is reported that in his private diary, recovered after his death, Yu wrote a haunting line, "If my truth costs me my life, at least it will free me from the lie." Perhaps he knew. Perhaps he had seen too much. Today, even as justice is declared, the questions remain. Who else was involved? Were there others who helped bury the truth? Or has the real puppet master yet to be named? The shocking convictions may close the courtroom chapter, but they open a far darker one in the court of public conscience. If fame can breed such cruelty, what hope remains for those still dreaming of stardom? For now, China mourns not only the death of a beloved actor, but the death of trust. The entertainment world, once golden and untouchable, stands cracked and bleeding beneath the weight of its own sins. And as millions light candles for Yu Menglong, they are not only remembering the man who was taken, but warning the world that fame, unchecked, can become a battlefield where humanity itself is lost. In the end, justice may have been served, but innocence has been forever stolen. The glittering empire of the screen has never looked darker. Yu Menglong's name, however, will not fade. It will haunt every red carpet, every film set, every actor who ever forgets that behind every spotlight lies a shadow waiting to consume. Because in this tragic story, the greatest performance wasn't on screen, it was the one that killed him. And now, the curtain has finally fallen. Yu said, "The world thought the Yu Menglong murder case had reached its conclusion. But as weeks pass, whispers grow louder, hinting that the story may be far from over. The conviction of the famous actors and 8 accomplices may have brought a temporary sense of closure, yet what lies beneath the surface is sending fresh waves of shock throughout the entertainment world. Insiders are now revealing that one of the convicted stars, rumored to have had close ties to powerful political figures, has begun cooperating with authorities. Anonymous sources suggest he's made a secret confession, claiming that Yu Menglong's death was only the first act in a larger conspiracy. His chilling statement, reportedly recorded behind closed doors, hinted that others higher up ordered the silencing of Yu after he discovered a hidden network of offshore transactions involving major entertainment investments. The confession, if verified, could unravel one of the biggest cover-ups in Asian entertainment history. Leaked court notes even mentioned the possibility of more arrests, with a second round of indictments rumored to target studio executives, talent managers, and even media insiders who helped twist the narrative in the early days after Yu's death. Social media has erupted again. Hashtags like #JusticeForYuMenglong and #HiddenNamesInTheCase have surged across Chinese and international platforms. Fans are demanding full transparency, calling for every individual involved, no matter how powerful, to face justice. Some investigators have gone on record stating that new digital evidence has been recovered from a cloud server linked to Yu Menglong's production team. If proven authentic, it may contain files detailing the illegal money trails that cost him his life. Meanwhile, Yu Menglong's old friend and co-star, who broke down during the initial verdict, has now become a key witness. Reports claim he's cooperating in exchange for leniency, offering to expose the financial empire that controlled the very industry Yu was fighting to reform. In the midst of this emotional chaos, fans across Asia are revisiting Yu's final interviews, dissecting every word, every look, every pause for hidden meaning. Some claim he knew the end was coming, that his quiet demeanor during public appearances in his final months wasn't calm, it was fear. But one thing remains clear: the world will not forget him. Yu Menglong's legacy is now more powerful than ever, his name synonymous with bravery in the face of corruption. His story has sparked documentaries, petitions, and even rumors of a dramatized K-drama adaptation already in early development. As the world waits for the next revelation, K-drama gossips will continue to uncover every hidden truth, every twist, and every name that the public deserves to know. This isn't just another celebrity scandal. It's a story that changed the very foundation of the entertainment world. If you want to stay ahead of every shocking discovery, every new testimony, and every dark secret yet to be revealed, make sure to subscribe to K-Drama Gossips right now. Join the global community that refuses to let Yu Menglong's story fade into silence. Hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and be part of the movement that seeks truth, justice, and the real drama behind the spotlight. Because the next revelation might be the biggest one yet.